फिर प्यारी साथ संगत जी, वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। सारियां ने निघा स्वागत। अनदर शो, अनदर कॉन्सेप्ट, always exciting, always ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ across the globes of UK, Europe, America, Asia and ਸਾਰੇ ਦੀ ਮਜ਼ਮ ਦੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਹੈਲਥ ਸ਼ੋ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਨੇ। Thank you so much and the cook show which is every Saturday and Tuesday। ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਨਿਘਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਨਮਸਕਾਰ, ਜੈ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨਾ and अस्सलाम वालेकुम and jambu sana and ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮਨਜੀਤ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜੁੜੋਗੇ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਸੂਲ ਹੈ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਗੁਜ਼ਾਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਔਰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਗੁਜ਼ਾਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਡੀਟਰੈਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਬੜੀ ਮਟੀਰੀਅਲਿਸਟਿਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਦੁਨਿਆਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੰਜਾਲ 'ਚ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਐਂਡ ਵੀ ਡੋਂਟ ਰੀਅਲਾਈਜ਼ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਿਹਤ ਹੈ ਸਾਡਾ ਗਹਿਣਾ। ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਪਈਆਂ, ਦੇਖਦੇ ਜਾਓ। 2 ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਫੋਨ, 2 ਘੜੀਆਂ, ਪਿੰਨੀਆਂ, ਕਿਉਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਜਾਓ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਔਰ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਨਿੱਘਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ। ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸਫ਼ਰ ਤੇ ਵਿਚ ਇਜ਼ ਯੋਰ ਹੈਲਥ ਇਜ਼ ਯੋਰ ਵੈਲਥ। ਨੋਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗਹਿਣੇ ਜਗਰਾਤ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਫॉर ਆਰ ਵੈਲ ਬੀਇੰਗ, ਆਰ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ, ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਰੀਰਿਕ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਇਰ, ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਪੂਰਾ ਕਰੋ। ਪਰ ਸੰਗਤੋ, staying on a platform of good health and maintaining it ਕਿਵੇਂ, ਇਹ 84 ਲੱਖਾਂ ਜੂਨਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਜੂਨ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ which is so precious। ਔਰ ਇਹ ਜੂਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ, ਕੀ ਗਵਾ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ, ਪਰ ਕੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨਾਲ, ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਗਵਾਇਆ ਆਪਣੀ ਹੈਲਥ ਪਰ ਵਾਪਸ ਉਹ ਉਸ ਟਰੈਕ ਤੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਉਸ ਰਸਤੇ ਤੇ ਆ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖੁਦ ਨੂੰ ਅਹਿਸਾਸ ਹੋਇਆ ਇੱਕ ਇੰਨੇ ਯੰਗ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਡ ਡੀਟਰੈਕ ਹੋਇਆ। ਹਾਊ ਡਿਡ ਹੀ ਕਮ ਬੈਕ ਔਨ ਟਰੈਕ? ਫॉर all you young listeners, please listen to my shows, watch my shows, record them, pass them on to families and friends। And this is a health show ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਕਿ ring me up and I'm not here to only promote ਕਿ I need appointments. I need to pass the word of well-being across the world and I hope even through the cook shows ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਅਮਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਪਰ ਉਸ ਅਮਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਗਿਆਨ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰੋ, ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਇਹ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੇਗੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਓਨ ਵਿਲ ਪਾਵਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਸ ਚਿੱਕੜ ਤੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਕੇ, ਸਰੀਰਕ ਰੋਗ ਤੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ that at young age of 35 sometimes it's very hard to get back to that track once you've lost your health। ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਿਹਤ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਗਹਿਣਾ। ਮੇਰੀ ਕਲੀਨਿਕ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਰ ਬੁੱਧਵਾਰ ਮਿਡਲ ਆਫ ਦ ਮੰਥ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਗਬਲੇ ਬੁੱਧਵਾਰ ਆਫ ਐਵਰੀ ਮੰਥ, 3 ਦਿਨ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੋਲ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਬਰਮਿੰਗਮ ਦੀ, ਅਕ੍ਰੋਸ ਦ ਵਰਲਡ, ਫਰਮ ਬਰਮੂਡਾ ਰਾਈਟ ਫਰਮ ਜਲੰਧਰ to Asia, Africa, Europe, Sankta, Switzerland, Belgium, Holland। I thank you so much humbly। So I get emotional कि मैं एक इंसान है पर तुसी इन्ना मैनू रिस्पैक्ट और इन्ना विश्वास पाके आ रहे हो। एडे दूरों कई संगतां 2-2 महीने वेट कर दिया to get a visa and these clinics are held in Birmingham just across Sikh Channel every other Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday। और हुण अपनी अगली क्लिनिक दा थानू जानकारी भी दवांगे। आओ और पहलो तो सब तो निघा स्वागत टू माई अमेजिंग गेस्ट जिहड़े कि थानू एक अज रस्ते ते लैके जाएगे जिन्हां ने यह प्रोग्राम अमित कांत नाल नहीं देखिया। अज मैं कह रही हाँ जरूर देखो एंड पास इट अराउंड टू यंगस्टर्स। यू गॉट अ लॉट टू लर्न। ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਅਮਿਤ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਐਂਡ ਇਟਸ ਅ ਸਾਈਕਲ। ਨੈਵਰ ਸੇ ਲਾਈਫ ਇਜ਼ ਐਟ ਐਨ ਐਂਡ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਗਰੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ, 9 degrees, 2 doctorates ਐਂਡ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਹਾਈ ਐਂਡ ਮਾਈਟੀ। ਆਈ ਐਮ ਆਲਵੇਜ਼ ਲਰਨਿੰਗ ਫਰਮ ਯੂ ਪੀਪਲ ਐਂਡ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਫੀਡਬੈਕ ਆਫ ਦਿਸ ਸ਼ੋ and the cook show is very valued। Let me welcome to my amazing guest Amit Khan। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Welcome to my show once again and Amit, you are an amazing example of life and how you have progressed in your life, but the dip that came and you got onto a roller coaster ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮਾਫ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਏਗੀ, so please ਥੱਲੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਨਾ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਪਰੇਟਰਸ ਨੂੰ that sometimes ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਔਰ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੋਨੇ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਐਂਡ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਸਤਾਖੀ ਮਾਫ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ। So Amit, welcome। Life is a journey and what is the purpose of life? In your young life at the age of 25, having graduated, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਅਹਿਸਾਸ ਕੀਤਾ that do you want to make money or do you want to have a balanced life? Where did the scales tip over and how do we create a balance? You need to tell our listeners who are watching, and I've seen young listeners who are dedicated and they've loved your show.
Yeah.
And they've said our interconnection is amazing.
That's right. Well, I'll start from the beginning very, very quickly, do a recap, because for those people who have not seen the previous shows. But so basically, at the age of 25, I wanted to go into business. I was then searching around for all types of franchises, what I could do. I was looking at, and then basically I went into a recruitment franchise. I borrowed £50,000 from my parents. I then basically started in business, and I made money very, very quickly. And by 26, I was driving an Aston Martin DB9. I had cars, I had villas abroad, I had everything that you can imagine that any youngster would want.
Sure.
As I had accumulated all this success and this wealth, basically I started investing it into other projects like other restaurants and bars and other businesses. And at the age of 30, everything in 2009 came crashing down. Crashing down, everything that I had, everything that took me several years to build up just went collapsed, like dominoes. And in 2009, later on in that year, I then was admitted to hospital because I was internally bleeding very heavily.
Which was ਜਿਹੜੀ bleeding ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਅਮਿਤ ਨੂੰ, that's called ulcerative colitis condition, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਟਾਇਲਟ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਬੱਚੇ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਆ ਰਹੇ, ਕੱਲ ਵੀ ਆਏ, ਵੁਲਵਰਹੈਂਪਟਨ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ. From Bermuda, I got to thank this lovely patient of mine who flew all the way from Bermuda after seeing Sikh channel, and for 3 months she has not bled.
Wow.
I was very touched today as well.
That's amazing.
She's koi khoon nahi aaya, she's eating, she's feeling fine, a wonderful character. So same story thar nal hui, but that was initially ta unhan pata hi nahi laga.
They didn't know what was wrong with me, and I went into hospital and they were doing all sorts of tests and they were trying to find out exactly what was going on. But after spending, I was in hospital for 4 months, and after in hospital I nearly lost my life. They were going to do surgery on me, take out my stomach,
colon.
The colon.
Which is 8 to 12 hours surgery ਸੰਗਤੋ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ colon ਦਾ pipe ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. It's a good 5 feet long, 60 inches long, and that is ਜਿੱਥੋਂ digestion ਹੋ ਕੇ ਖਾਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹਜਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ, ਸਰੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਲੋੜਮੰਦ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਕੱਢਣਾ ਸੀ.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
by the way, I'm also explaining to Punjabi listeners.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so basically, a miracle happened in hospital, and it's very hard to explain, but a miracle happened in the sense that something saved me. So when I came out of hospital, I was in a critical condition.
But they were going to operate you the following day.
They were going to.
I never forget that story. I was in tears.
Yeah, they were going to operate on me.
But there was something you connected.
That's right.
You connected with the Akal Purakh.
That's right.
Is ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕੀਤੀ, and he said, that's it. ਮੈਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਦਾ ਅੰਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਢਾਉਣਾ. I have to find an answer.
That's right.
Something amazing happened.
Exactly. So when I came out of hospital, I realized, okay, you know what? When I made all the wealth, when I had everything, I thought it was all me. But I realized that when I came out of hospital, I started questioning, okay, so who gave me the wealth? Who put me in hospital? Who saved my life? What is going on? Who's pulling my strings? So then I started to read spiritual scriptures. And I started to, and I found there were common laws between all these scriptures that I was reading. When I came out of hospital, I had a lot of time on my hands because I could only work 2 hours a day.
You were incapacitated from work.
Yeah. So I started reading. When I then read and I adopted these laws, then basically what happened was I then made my success back 8 times over in the space of 2 years by following these laws. And this is what is in the book, The Gift, 7 Laws of Success.
Yeah. That's the book ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਹੈ, and also available on Amazon and W.H. Smith.
Waterstones.
Yes.
It's been published now for 4 weeks. It's been very successful. So this is what I want to talk to you about. And these 7 laws are very, very important. And so the first one is meditation.
Yeah. ਆਪਾਂ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਜਾਂ ਉਸ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਤਿਆਗਣਾ in different forms. Globally, Sari Deem Mazam Harek in India, after every 10 miles, a language and a religion and worship of God, in which way they do changes. But in a cosmopolitan world like England and India as well, we accept every religion. So in which way and which form you do it's not important.
No.
As long as meditation karke thanu ki milya, ja what did you get out of meditation? Did you calm down? Did your adrenaline slow down? Did your oxygen increase? Did your healing start? Something happened.
Let me explain the purpose of meditation, why we should do it in our daily lives. What you've got to realize that in order to get success, and I'm giving a story here, you can have two people go to the same college, being brought up in the same area, get the same grades, and come out to university, but one will excel over the other. Why? I'll explain why. It's because of their karmic balance. What we have to do is we forget the reason why we are here on earth. And what we've got to do is constantly we are fueling the mind. And what we've got to do is reverse that, and we've got to start fueling the soul.
Yeah.
We have to now spend 80% fueling the soul and 20% fueling the mind.
Yeah.
So why should we do meditation? Meditation helps us to deactivate those 5 forces. I'll explain what the 5 forces are. Attachment, greed, lust, anger, and pride. What we've got to do on a daily basis is to meditate, to practice, to deactivate those 5 forces. Because I can guarantee you this, the last time you made a bad decision, one of those 5 forces acted.
Definitely.
Greed, attachment, anger, pride, or lust. So what we have...
And all these create adrenaline stress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. So what we've got to do is, meditation is a form of exercise whereby, and in the book it tells you how to do the meditation, but what it takes 14 minutes to deactivate the brain. So that means if I'm sitting down doing meditation, if I'm starting to do some sort of Simran, it takes 14 minutes for me to be actually just forget about the outside world.
And connect.
Exactly.
Which is your third eye.
Third eye, correct. It takes 40 minutes to just deactivate what's gone on yesterday, who upset me, what happened. It takes 40 minutes just to basically control the mind. Then what you'll then find, after that 40 minutes, you'll then start to hear this voice speaking to you. It's your soul, it's your conscience, where everyone has it. And that voice is telling you, right, okay, go left, go right. Dr. Manjit, go do this. Forgive this person. You upset this person. Go and say sorry. We then have to then start to get those thoughts and start acting on them. There's no point hearing it and think, actually, I don't want to do that. You've got to act on those.
Sure.
And a classic example, do you ever wake up in the morning and you think to yourself, okay, today I'm going to do something good. Today I'm going to either go and donate something to charity, or today I'm going to give something to charity, or today I'm going to go and help that person, or today I know I need to go and see my mum, I'm not seeing her for a couple of weeks, I'm going to go and pop over.
So nice, yeah.
But then what happens is, they're your soul talking to you to try and help you to do what you need to do.
Guiding you.
Exactly. But then the world takes over.
Sure.
By 10 o'clock you're into work, things come, phone call comes, and you then start suppressing those thoughts, and then you don't act on them.
You've detract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the purpose of meditation is to listen to the soul, understand what it's telling you, and then act on it. And then act on it. And this is what we need to do, is to, by acting on the soul, we are improving our karmic balance. And that is the objective here on life. There's nothing else.
Exactly.
I mean,
so what Amit ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਥੋੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੀ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕਰੀਏ, ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਆਤਮਾ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ 40 ਮਿੰਟ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੇ, ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆਪਾਂ 5 ਮਿੰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਅਮਿਤ ਲੋਕੀ ਨਾ ਦੇ ਹੈਵ ਸਟਾਰਟਡ ਸੂਇੰਗ, ਔਰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਉਹ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਟਿਲਨੈਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਬੋਡੀ ਸਟਿਲਨੈਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਔਰ ਮੈਂ ਲਾਈਵ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਐਂਡ ਔਨ ਅਦਰ ਟੈਲੀਵਿਜ਼ਨਸ, ਵੇਅਰ women said, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਦੀ ਨੀਂਦ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ. I said, I'll take you through a journey in 20 minutes, and they woke up 2 hours later through the Simran and the meditation journey. ਪਰ ਇਹ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਸਲੋ ਡਾਊਨ ਕਰਕੇ you're removing evil thoughts. ਦਿਮਾਗ ਬੜਾ ਸ਼ੈਤਾਨ ਹੈ, ਇੰਨਾ ਸ਼ੈਤਾਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਭੜਕਾ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ. ਪਰ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਅਮਿਤ, that it can take you to a track, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣੋਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖੁਦ ਹੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰ ਹੋਵੋਗੇ, ਸੁਣੋਗੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਆਤਮਾ ਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼, then you're then tracking onto the right path. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੁਣਿਆ, ਅੱਗੇ ਸੁਣੋ, किस तरह इन्होंने गाहां चले पर याद रखना दिस इज ऑल अ जर्नी ऑफ लाइफ असी तुहानू सिखा नहीं रहे असी तुहानू एक लाइफ का एग्जाम्पल दस रहे संगतों के बिकॉज इन माई मेडिसिन मैंटल फिजिकल ते स्पिरिचुअल बैलेंस रखना बहुत जरूरी है लोग मैंने कहते हैं अमित वाई डू वेक अप एट 3 o'clock because I know by 7 o'clock I'm going to be tracked by patients. I know I need those 3 to 4 hours is my time.
Exactly.
When I connect with Ma Tarti and I walk and I connect with Akal Purakh in different levels and my Simran. पंजाबी ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 5 ਬਾਣੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ which is a ritual ਕਿ ਹਾਂ 5 ਬਾਣੀਆਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਨੀਆਂ ਪਰ 5 ਬਾਣੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਅਮਲ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ and what is the message in that ਬਾਣੀ I think sometimes we don't realize and then those are the same people who are so religious who end up going and doing wrong to the society ਜਾਂ ਠੱਗੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਜਾਂ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਣਾ which means ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ soul clear ਨਹੀਂ ਆ
Exactly.
So tell us ਉਸ ਆਤਮਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ meditation ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਆਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਸੁਣਿਆ
So in my meditation, when I started meditation and when I came out of hospital, the thoughts that I was getting was in my meditation, actually, you know, I had, being in business for 5 years, I was very ruthless and I had upset a lot of people. So I had to go back out there to say, okay, you know what, I upset you, I'm sorry, but in the day, you know, I just want to kind of let you know that I don't hold a grudge.
Sure.
And I just want to basically ask for your forgiveness.
Yes.
And you might not speak to me, but I just need to do this. And by doing that exercise,
it's amazing.
You feel so much more lighter. And you'll feel...
ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਡ ਤੋੜ ਰਹੇ ਆ
Exactly.
ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਬੰਦਾ ਉਸ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਸੰਗਤੋ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਆ ਇਸ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੋੜ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ you know ਮਾਫੀ ਮੰਗੀ ਆ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਪਾਂ you know ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਵਰਡਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਖਮੀ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਵਰਡਸ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਨੇ ਦੇ ਕੈਨ ਫੀਲ ਦਾ ਹਰਟ ਜਾਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਕਰਕੇ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਥਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਚਿੱਕੜ ਸਿੱਟਦੇ ਆ even that is evil.
Exactly.
Trying to bitch bite or backbite.
That's right.
ਇਹ ਵੀ ਬੜੀ ਵੱਡਾ ਪਾਪ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ.
That's right. I mean, bottom line, we are here, Dr. Manjit, for a limited amount of time. And some of us might have 40 years, some of us may have 50 years, some of us might, God willing, have 70 years. But there is a period of time we are here for. And what we've got to realize that we are just spiritual beings having a human experience.
Sure.
Remember that. And I'll say that again. We are just spiritual beings just having a human experience. And what we need to do is when we go and meet God, eventually we will, when we finish here, God's not going to ask us how much wealth did we accumulate. God's not going to ask us how much property we have, or what you're driving, or what you did, or what clothes you bought, or the materialistic things that you have. And going on to your example, but God's not going to ask us these questions. God is going to ask us, what did we do to help society? Who did you go and help?
Sure.
What difference did you make? And God's going to say, I sent you on earth for 70 years. What difference did you make? And if we haven't got nothing to tell God when we die, then what was the point of coming here in the first place?
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many lives that we could be having, from an ant right through to a reptile, but we have, God willing, got this human form, and everyone can make a difference.
Yeah.
Everybody has a soul purpose.
Yeah.
We just need to now attach ourselves to the soul rather than the mind, and start going on to our journey.
Bilkul.
And this book shows us how we can start that journey.
Yeah.
It's very simple, and
I think charity करनी ऐसी अमित ये नहीं कहता कि हर रोज करो. Think good, feel good कि किसी ਨੂੰ once a week ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਕਾਲੋ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਥੋੜਾ more regular that you need to do some charity. That it may even mean getting an old lady assist her to cross the road.
Exactly.
It could be so simple. That doesn't involve anything. It doesn't mean going and giving a bag of clothes to somebody at charity. And there is something I shouldn't say it. कई बार कहते अपनी वडियाई ना करो. At the hotel that I have my clinic, there's a young boy whose mother is very sick. And I said, do you work so long hours? Kanda, yeah, my mother is very sick and I'm looking after her, and my wife has also become sick. And I gave him a nice fat sum of money. Until today, he's washing my feet. But I said, look, don't keep reminding me. I did it because I could see the bills you had in front and the medication. And on top of that, I give him the free supplements. And he's saying, anytime you want a website done, Dr. Manjit, I'm there. I said, no, I don't want a payback.
No.
Never expect a payback. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਾਪਸ ਕੀ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ. So what Amit is saying, go out and do the charity. Say sorry, माफ करो अपने जिन्हां ने थानू maybe थानू तकलीफ दी चीज़ आ थानू दिल दी अगराइयां गल्लां दे विच थानू दुख होया, and move on. If you can't say it, mera exercise Amit ki hai, write it on paper,
yes.
tear it or burn it. You have then cleared your soul.
Exactly.
Sometimes ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਵਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਹਾਂ. I think ਇਨਸਾਨ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਬਣਾਏ ਨੇ, ਕੋਈ ਕਾਲਾ, ਕੋਈ ਪੀਲਾ, ਕੋਈ ਹਰਾ, ਬਸ ਉਸ ਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੀ ਨਿਗਾਹ ਦੀ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਕਮੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੀ. ਆਪਾਂ ਇਨਸਾਨੀਅਤ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗਰਾਈਆਂ ਨਿਗਾਹਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਤੇ we throw people into the mud and think that we are high and mighty.
That's right.
So well said that you connected yourself and you forgave people, because that was your first healing.
Well, that was it, and that's where it's got to start. Now, by doing meditation, we've got to be light inside. Now, if we've got and one of the other laws in the book is called transparency.
Hanji. What is transparency?
Well, transparency...
To me, transparent is a mirror.
That's right. So what we have to do is, in order to start listening to the soul, we've got to be light loaded. So what does that mean? We've got to be able to listen to it so that we've got to have less guilt on us. So we've got to be doing less lying, less cheating. Because what you've got to realize is that the creator of this universe is all love. The creator of this universe is inside of every single one of us.
Sure.
And that power inside of it is so powerful, it's all truth, it's all love.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is we need to start leading a life of truth and love. And so what we need to do is...
Love ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਮਿਤ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ. Love could be from the heart. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਛੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ.
That's right.
Love is from a partner to a partner, or a wife to a husband, husband to partner. Love is also in cooking, and love is also in making pinya.
That's right, yeah.
So love, the word doesn't mean that we are talking about, passion, just physical passion.
It's just about being positive with people.
Yes.
And they nice perfume you're wearing, or nice clothes. You look, just spreading positivity
It's
around
Americans
love.
do that, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do that all the time. And just spreading positivity around wherever you go.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is that we've got to be transparent so that way we can then, because if you've got guilt on you, if you're lying, you're cheating, you will not be able to listen to that inner soul.
Yeah.
Now, God did not bring us here just to pay the bills. God did not bring us here just to make do. He did not bring us in here just to kind of make, go in circles. He brought everybody here for a sole purpose.
Yeah.
But why does everybody miss their sole purpose?
Yeah.
Because they're not listening to the soul.
Yeah.
And this book teaches you how to listen to the soul, to start fueling the soul rather than the mind.
Yeah.
Once we start fueling the soul, watch over 6 to 12 months how your life transforms, and you will then start your journey to get into your soul purpose. And everybody has a soul purpose. Yeah. So what we need to start doing is changing our lifestyle. Now, it is like going against the tide. Because like you said,
exactly,
to find selfless service, it's not easy. But in our community, it can be, because we can go to the local Gurdwara, we can do seva there, we can go to find it, So in our society, it's a little bit more easier to find selfless service, but it can be a task that can be quite daunting, because you're thinking, actually, you know what, I've got to take time out of my diary to go to the Gurdwara, or to go to the temple, to basically go and serve others. Why should I do that?
Yes.
Well, explain why.
I'll watch the television instead.
Yeah, well, exactly. Let me explain to you why.
Even that is an evil,
There is.
distractor.
That's right. But do you know why, Dr. Manjit, that I got my success back 8 times over in the space of 2 years? Because I dedicated my life. Yes, I've got a business to run, but I dedicated my life in helping others.
Good.
But
pata nahi kehdi aashirwad lagi tonu.
That's right.
You don't know who's blessed you.
No, that's right.
Well done.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's what I want to tell the viewers, to basically start fueling that soul, to go out there and start to really help others. Give your money to charity. Now you might be thinking, well, I haven't got enough money to give to charity. Well, start small. Start with £10 a month, but start small. How will God give you more if you're not giving away with what you've got now?
Exactly.
Vaiguru
bada beyant hai. So what Amit is saying कि अपनी आत्मा दी जड़ी खराक हैगी वो है बाणी, and अपनी आत्मा दी खराक हैगी वो खाना भी हैगा. But बाणी दे नाल जड़ा spiritual connection करते हैं, it's another journey. हर एक बंदा कई बारी हुब्बा मारदे हाँ भई आपा पाठ कर लिया, पर did you really connect with God? Did you really listen to what the message was in the बाणी? Did you actually practice that message and do एक दिन दे विच एक अच्छी deed? ਚਾਹੇ ਜੋੜਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਪਾਣੀ ਹੋਵੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਦੁੱਖ ਭਰੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ, you make a home visit to the hospital, go to the bedsides and look at the stories of hospitals. Amit, they are sad. ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਓ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ connection break ਹੋਇਆ, you were sitting in hospital lonely, but supposing a priest ਜਾਂ ਗਿਆਨੀ came to you at hospital, you would have said, what a nice man, he took time out for me. Straight away, by doing that, you have inadvertently blessed the person.
That's true.
You know, and ਮੈਂ ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਹੰਬਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਲੋਕੀ ਆ ਕੇ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਛੱਡਤੀ, ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੇ ਬੇਟੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਗਨੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਡੋਟਰ ਇਨ ਲਾ ਪ੍ਰੈਗਨੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਖੂਨ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਜਾਂ ਡਾਈਜੈਸ਼ਨ ਠੀਕ ਹੋ ਗਈ, and I say no, I am nobody. I keep looking up to those heavenly skies and I said, you, Akal Purukh, are pulling my strings. I'm a puppet.
Exactly.
We are all puppets.
That's
and
it.
Whichever string he pulls, I connect with Akal Purukh. And even when making medicine, I'm always connecting in the morning and I'm doing my Naam Simran. Even when I'm dispensing my medicine from my car, I'm doing Simran. And that's when I don't like to talk and people say, shall we come and help you? I said, no. When I go in my room, it's my solace. And us room de vich main keda connection karke pata nahi ki ban jana. Jeda first time, second time, third time round de vich loki theek hoke aa rahe ne. I am just so blessed. But that blessing happens when you're connecting with your soul.
That's true.
And you got a blessing from somewhere. You connected with charity. You started doing things for people and public.
And that's right. And Dr. Manjit, what you've got to realize that these are choices that we have to make. You make a choice every morning to meditate, to kind of fuel the soul, if you like. You know, no one's going to tell you to do that. No one's going to tell me to do that. No one's going to tell you guys to do that. You have to make that decision yourself. You have to change. Now, you can either go tomorrow and start running around the world and keep doing the same things, but then by the end of the week, you can say, what have I actually achieved?
Sure.
So that's why you've got to make a life decision and say, okay, you know what? Yes, we need to live in the world. Yes, we want nice cars. Yes, we want nice houses. And yes, we want nice things. And it's good to have those.
Comfort zarur hai zindagi da.
But we need to have that balance.
Bilkul.
We need to now basically, because then come to the end of the year, you can say, okay, you know what? Okay, I've worked and I've done great things and I've earned a good living. But what? Then you can measure yourself. Okay, what difference did I make? Who did I help? What did I do for others? And that's the most important thing. Now, talking about the gift and the 7 laws of success, the secret is this. Most of us will unite with God when we are at our lowest.
Exactly.
Okay.
ਜਦੋਂ ਦੁੱਖ ਆਂਦਾ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਯਾਦ ਆਂਦਾ, ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਐਸੇ ਹੀ ਰੇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ 5th ਲੇਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆ, ਮੈਂ ਹੀ ਆ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਦਿੰਦਾ। ਉੱਥੇ ਫਿਰ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲਾਠੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। So when he strikes hard.
That's right.
And when he strikes the other way, he can give you a lot.
That's right. Now let me explain the secret to you, and it's in the book and you can read it more. But I'll tell you in a brief the secret.
We're going to leave a lot of suspense because this book is purchasable and I think everybody should have it. Every youngster who should have it. Every parent should have it. We are going and buying CDs and DVDs and games for children and looking at iPhones and this phones and that phones. But having something like this in your library, by your table, in your home, by your, dining table, it's like a bedtime story. Connect with it, read it. So we don't want to give everything away, but the basic principles ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਮਿਤ ਨੇ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਕੀਤੇ ਔਰ ਅਮਲ ਕੀਤੇ ਉਹ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ, ਸੁਣਦੇ ਰਹੋ।
So the key secret is the fact that when we are at the lowest, we will then try and reunite you with God. Now when you do any form of prayer or simran or any form of that exercise, you are attracting the high angels from above to come to you to help you out. And it's true, they will come. Now, the problem is all that we always do that form of exercise when we're at our lowest. So when you do that form of exercise, you pray to God, you then start connecting God, and then God will take you to where you need to be, to a normal level playing field. So he'll bring you up. It might take a month, 2 months, 3 months, but by uniting yourself with God, you'll then bring yourself up to a level playing field. Now, in the book, The Gift, it shows you, imagine if you did that form of exercise of Simran or prayer when you are at your peak.
Sure.
Then where do you think God's going to take you then?
To the Himalayan peaks.
If God can take you from there to there, when you're doing Simran at your lowest, and bring you to a normal level playing field to make your life comfortable, imagine what He's going to do when you are comfortable and you're doing that and you're reuniting with God. Imagine where He's going to take you then. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you with the gift. By implementing the gift, the 7 laws of success, God has got a sole destination for everybody. God wants everybody to go to their true heights. God does not want you to miss out on your destiny.
ਕੋਈ indifference ਨਹੀਂ ਉਸ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੀ ਨਿਗਾਹ 'ਚ। ਇਨਸਾਨ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੜਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਲਈ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ, I gave him money. Because of that money, he made the wealth, and because of that, he's got a car. Because of that, he's got a house. Because of that, that person has become a presenter on television. I don't think it should be like that. No. You paved the path for somebody, but God had sent you as an angel. I think we are here as messengers in different forms without the halogen.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Without the halogen, just like Christians in the I think we are all angels, and us akal purukh di nigah vich apa sare bahut surile a. Odi nigah inni surile a, par insaan di nigah badi kai vari dekhan de vich घूर के देखण ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਔਰ ਈਵਨ ਲੁੱਕ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਰਾਈਆ ਨਿਗਾਹ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ੁਲਮ ਔਰ ਪਾਪ ਹੈ ਕਹਿ ਲੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਦਿਨ ਦਾ ਪਾਠ ਪੂਜਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਜ਼ੀਰੋ ਉਸ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੀ ਨਿਗਾਹ ਸੋ ਹੰਬਲ ਥਾਟਸ ਐਂਡ ਹੰਬਲ ਬੀਇੰਗਸ ਔਰ ਜੋ ਅਮਿਤ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਡਾਊਨ ਹੁੰਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਕੋਈ ਰੋਗ ਆਂਦਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਦਾ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਦਾ we start praying and connecting with God और बड़ा कुछ कहने दे हजूर साहब जावांगे हेमकुंड जाके मत्था टेकांगे हरमंदर साहब जावांगे and then sometimes people don't do it for 10 years but they forget कि मैं इन्ना कुछ वाहिगुरू तो मंगया ओनू क्या सी मेरी उंगली फाड़ ओने बांह फड़ी and he took you to that path
exactly
and then we forget until another bomb strikes on one person
That's right exactly so we've got to realize that the objective of coming here on earth is for one reason only. And that reason is to improve our karmic balance. Bottom line, we've got two balances in our life. One is our bank balance, one is our karmic balance. What we need to do is stop concentrating on improving the bank balance, but start to improve our karmic balance. Because when you start to work towards the karmic balance, and in the book it teaches you how to do that, you will automatically get the bank balance you need. So you've got to start concentrating, and it's a choice, and it's all down to us ourselves. We've got to make those choices. We've got to stop and think, okay, you know what? I am Amit Kainth. What am I here to do? What is my purpose? Yes, I need to work. Yes, I need to earn money. But what do I need to do to improve my karmic balance? And you've got to analyze that and then start to make those choices and change your life.
बिल्कुल फिर मटीरियलिस्टिक चीज़ां ते दुनिया चल जांदी है संगतो that's another journey that Amit Kaur will take you on and that is when we make choice on materialistic things in comparison to health. When his health was down, he connected with the Akal Purukh, started saying sorry to the wrongdoers because जिस वेले सानू क्रोध, गुस्सा, हंकार, निंदिया, चुगली हुंदी है मन दे विच, हिरदे विच, what is the first point जिथे हिट हुंदी ओ साडी तुन्नी, साडी तरन, साडे solar plexus, which is not only our second soul, which is actually our heartbeat. 3 beats आ, दिल दी धड़कन, duodenum pylorus दी धड़कन and तरण बहुत बीबियां कह दिंदियां साडी तरण डिगी आ वैसे तरण ਇੱਥੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਤਰਨ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਔਰ ਸਿੰਪਟਮਸ ਤਰਨ ਦੇ ਅਲੱਗ ਬਟ ਦ ਤਰਨ ਇਜ਼ ਅਨਦਰ ਸੋਲ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਛੁਪਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਸ਼ੌਕ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਢਿੱਡ ਨੂੰ ਵੱਟ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਢਿੱਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆਈਦਰ ਵੀ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਈਟਿੰਗ ਕੰਪਲਸਿਵਲੀ ਜਾਂ ਵੀ ਡੋਂਟ ਈਟ ਜਾਂ ਵੀ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਟੂ ਡਿਪਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਥਾਟ ਆਫ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਐਂਡ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਆਫ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ and shaitan it can put you off track or it can put you on track but to stay on track come back and connect with the book but to stay on track ਇੱਕ ਜਵਾਨ ਬੱਚਾ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਔਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਉਮਰਾਂ ਥੋੜੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਸਾਲ ਵੱਡੇ ਨੇ so I salute you but I am humbly also touched and I hope ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਿਆਣੇ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ we don't mean to offend anybody do remember ਮੇਰਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸਿਰਫ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਹੋਮਿਓਪੈਥੀ ਟਿੰਚਰਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਬੋਡੀ ਸਕੈਨਿੰਗ ਨੈਸ ਸਕੈਨਿੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ which Amit is also going to connect with nest scanning in this second half of the program and then we are talking about nutritional and flower remedies because jo bhi man de vich issues hai and one patient came today and gave me an old history that she never was allowed to connect with her singing passion because the parents thought ke gana ajkal Punjabi kudiyan de in 70s was not right and the nest scan Amit today said she's not liberated from the past.
Wow.
And not liberated from the past has now also left her with the an ear issue where she can't sing. So ਸਮਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਕਿ I hate that time ਮੈਂ ਮਿਸ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਚੱਕਰ ਆਂਦਾ ਔਰ ਟਾਈਮ ਆਪਾਂ ਨਾ ਕਾਬੂ ਕਰੀਏ ਅਮਿਤ if you don't grasp that time that's come to you on a golden plate you've lost it and ਉਹ ਉਮਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਣੀ ਉਹ ਸਮਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਣਾ and ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੀਤੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਛਤਾਨੇ ਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਪਛਤਾਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਗਲੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਵਾਰਨਾ ਪਰ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਖਿਆਲ ਆ ਕਿਉਂ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਲਨ ਕਲੈਂਸਿੰਗ ਕਰਦੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਆਈ ਲੁੱਕ ਐਟ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਸਾਈਕੋਸੋਮੈਟਿਕ ਸਿੰਪਟਮ ਸਬਕੌਂਸ਼ੀਅਸ ਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕਸ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਕੱਢਣੀ ਔਰ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਪੇਨ ਕਿਲਰ ਲੈ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮਨਜੀਤ ਦੀ ਦਵਾਈ ਦਾ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਆ ਪਰ NAST scan has turned people's lives around. You know, and coming to the materialistic, before we go to the NAST scan where Amit is going to tell me what his assessment was, I'm just going to show 4 items to Amit and he's going to decide, Amit, from your choice, what would you choose from these 2 watches and these 2 phones, which is what we are saying is materialistic phone, the world. Ede vich jananiya kapda, handbags, shoes, watches, phones has become a classic diversion and then they say nahi bhai NHS dwai le lange no private dwai mehengi hai but like Amit is saying if you start looking at your wealth and you want to give somebody 10 pounds don't have the pizza for the week send it to India where Save the Girl Child Fund and you can actually change a girl in the village who can have education for 10 pounds a month us ladki nu jede ke Indrajit Jay ji I do a project with Indrajit Jay ji if you look him up he's hitting now 78 I got to salute this man to give a girl 10 pounds which is one pizza price of a week you're educating her for 1 month which includes her food and her clothes 10 pounds takes a long time in the pind so here they are doing you know abortions in India to the rate of 4 to 1 4 boys to 1 Punjabi girl it's suicide and that's murder feticidal murder and suicide is really on the go and ਉਹੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਕੌਮ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਵਧਾਣਾ and girls have always known to be much better in boys in any kind of field I'm sorry to say and even in driving ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਰੇ patients Ivan ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਲੜਕੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ she's driven from Birmingham on the motorway first time she never gets lost when somebody living in Southall will get lost for 1 hour on the same stretch of road so Amit what would you choose from a materialistic world
on these 2 watches I mean I would choose the Armani watch
there you are he's chosen the Armani watch which is maybe about 4,000 so that's so that's very wealthy choice and the 2 phones which is another big issue bacche kande ha bhi mehenge to mehenga phone hove peer pressure is another thing that parents are drowned with I don't think I brought up my children on peer pressure especially my eldest child Rishpal Singh is still a humble child who never wanted designer clothes who's still very humble who still did a lot of charity as long the way they followed my footsteps and from the phones which would you choose tell me
I would choose a smaller compact phone so I would go with this white one
okay which is one of the most well known phones ajkal which children are dying for which is the iPhone
and it goes to show I mean naturally
it gives you pleasure
it does give you pleasure and naturally like I said you know we do need these good things in life and naturally the mind wants these things naturally the mind wants to go outwards and we want the nice phones we want the nice watches we want the nice cars we want the nice houses but then we need to strike that balance and like you said if you just took 10 pounds out and had 1 less pizza a month or you can make such a big difference so God is the one that makes you successful God is the one that can break you God is the one that will make you but if you don't attach yourself to God and don't fuel the soul then God's not going to give you success because then no matter what you touch if God is
it'll become to sawdust
exactly it won't have you heard of the saying what you touch will turn to gold that the reason why when we touch something it doesn't turn to gold do you know why because you've got a negative karmic balance, because you've hurt somebody, because you've not forgiven somebody, because you've got to say sorry to somebody, or you're not doing the right things. So in order to get success, and this is where it comes down to the book, in order to get the success, you need to have a positive karmic balance. And this is why we need to kind of look at fueling that soul, you know, and make sure we live a life towards that. And by doing that, not only will you become successful, you'll also become content. You'll also become more happier. I mean, give an example. Dr. Manjit is very successful. She cured me from my colitis. Thank God. I've seen her.
I didn't cure you. He did.
God cured me. But I know Dr. Manjit, she believes in God. You do meditate. You do the right things. And so this is why, you know, you're a tool that God's used to cure the people who have got these conditions. And so, you know, you gave me the anxiety the drops. They help me so much. To just relax, to calm down.
You're doing the same work, but your adrenaline rush is not there, which is the core problem of creating trauma, depression, overworked, overstressed, palpitation, blood pressure, cholesterol, overeating, undereating,
That's right.
sleeplessness.
Exactly.
Terrible.
So Dr. Manjit helped me with getting my life back on track with my health. She basically put me a diet program together. She basically told me what to eat in the mornings, what to cut out from my food. The medicine she gave me was as a mix that she made herself that was basically stop my bleeding and to help control basically, you know, what I can do. So now, thank God, through Dr. Manjit, I'm allowed to work now full time. I'm back on my feet, and thank God I'm back in action. You know,
I'm very humbly touched. I just say, even if you are still complimenting me, I say I'm nothing. I am saying that Akal Purakh every morning, Amit, I rise, and meri pehli ardas hundi Waheguru aur akhili jehdi din di swere subah shuru karan to pehlon ki Waheguru jo bhi aave mere dar ja meri clinic vich ਮੇਰੀਆਂ ਅੱਛੀਆਂ ਆਵਾਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਅੱਛੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਦਵਾਈ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਾਂ ਸਾਫ ਸੁਥਰੀ ਦਵਾਈ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੀ and Amit has seen the proof. People have come out of wheelchairs. Parkinson's patients are walking. MS patients are walking.
Yes.
Colitis has risen up so much. I'm so touched कि अन्ने जवान बच्चे 8 साल दे बच्चे coming with colitis having traumas and they've also come live. कई बच्चे शर्मांदे आ कई parents कहंदे कि time नहीं हैगा. So पहले they promise a lot. People with sarcoidosis of lungs. A millionaire from Ireland flies with sarcoidosis of lungs and says I would give anything to you. I said, I don't want anything. I want good news. The reward of not consultation fees, to see Dr. Manjit, the consultation fees, sure, I need to live a bread and butter, as Amit has. But my reward on that plate is your good feedback.
That's right.
And people with chronic fatigue in London offices now giving me feedbacks. Lots of information will be going on my website. Pinyadi is now available on my website, which is www.drmanjitkaur.co.uk. हेठ लिखे स्क्रीन दे ऊपर बुक भी अवेलेबल है अमित कांत दी and the pinya www.drmanjitkaur.co.uk. YouTube te you can see so many of my shows on my rallies of my journeys where I've gone and spoken to people and connected with them. But Amit, I still say I was nobody. उस टाइम मेरी सोच समझ सही होवे और I don't look at कि मेरा नुकसान होवे मैंने हुंदा मेरे पेशेंट दा फायदा होवे पेशेंट्स नु most practitioners ਹੁੰਦੇ कि हाँ भी असी शर्ट दा इलाज दिन्ने ने. I said no, I will give you the guidance and I hope you can follow it. You followed the diet to the peak.
Yeah,
you followed the lifestyle and he even followed something where I told him to sit 15 minutes after eating ke aram nal baitho and relax. Let the body start assimilating the food.
Right.
And I got very emotional. Ke, did you even do that?
I was doing it. I
couldn't believe it, Amit, that you followed it and you did it.
And the most important thing to the viewer is that if you're gonna, you know, when you speak to Dr. Manjit, she will cure you. That's no doubt. But you got to follow her instructions, like what she says, because she is the expert and she knows what exactly she's doing. So I followed the diet with a fine tooth comb. I eliminated a lot of the foods that she told me to take out, and I followed the medicine, like what time she told me to take everything. So you must follow the instructions properly, and you do that, you'll see instant results straight away. It's not a thing you got to wait for months. You'll see I mean, I saw you in July. And by August, I had stopped bleeding. So, you know, it's instant results, you know.
Sukhwinder Kaur, she came from Leicester and she's been bleeding for years. And I've only had 3 sittings. She came back today in my Birmingham clinic thanking me to say, Dr. Manjit, you've helped me. I had a patient who came with dyslexia and autism and the mother wrote back, emotional. Last night we finished the clinic with her. She was the last patient at 9 o'clock. Autism.
He had autism?
And, yes.
And you cured him?
Yes.
Wow.
And she's saying he's so socially active, talking, connecting, looking.
What did you do to cure that?
With autism, it's working with NAS. It's amazing how it unravels video function and eye function and the subconscious hidden information in the brain, how to link up electrical parameters. That's the beauty of NAS energetic medicine. It is connecting one organ to another and having a domino effect. You know, it's like if one organ doesn't work, as studio de vich tara gathiyan nahi sahi, we are not going to have this beautiful light it's daunting on us. You know, the same thing with the body. Amit, with NAS, I will get a feedback from you. I opened up all the blockages in that child, and it's amazing. He got, 3 Bs.
Wow.
Where they said he's a low kid, chaddo pare, he's not in society. I've had children in autism, dyslexia who are now talking, who have gone to mainstream school. NAS is great, amazing. But then amazing is the Ayurveda drops and supplements that I make, filtrations. Please, bibiyaan keh dindiyan, Dr. Manjit Kaur dar lagda jaan nu shayad cha hata deve. Cha is a drug in the sense, I'm sorry, and sugar is the worst drug. Je tusi kehne thade bacche cocaine te nicotine and vagara and they're taking weed. I'm sorry to say tea is the biggest culprit, and sugar is the biggest addiction on earth. Full stop. Yeah. In everything, right from beans to pastas to pastries, they are coated with sugar and yeast.
Yes.
Is the biggest problem. And then obviously with NAS, I detox the heavy metals. So bibiya da jandiya cha chut jani, par bibiyo zindagi ek hai, ghar de vich row to kare lag jandiya, daughter-in-laws get upset ke mother-in-law har vele rondi rendi hai, gudde dukhde hai. Women don't break away from their children, even that's another problem. Emotional attachment.
Yes.
We need to detach from materialistic things, attach with the Vaheguru. Yep. We need to detach from children once they've reached a platform of 16 to 18. Guidance do apne bachyan nu, fir ona de jad fang khillar de, let them go to the world, but they should be your best friends. That's that right. They can come and take your information. You have still respected your parents that said, my parents gave me 50,000, but I'm sure time and time again you're thankful to your father.
Oh,
Bapu, it's because of you I am here, because of you and your wealth. Kevri o paisa vi kevri khotta hove na, o vi swa ban sakdi.
That's right.
Ohi paisa you've made it and made it into jewels and pearls, which you are enjoying alongside with health. What did you think of the NAS scanning?
Very good. I mean, I saw you a couple of weeks ago, and you picked up something on my leg, right?
Yes.
So I had, and Dr. Manjit didn't know this, but I had a leg operation. I had ACL, which basically one of my ligaments have come out. So what that means is that that my left leg is weaker than my right. Now, when Dr. Manjit did a scan, she realized that, you're putting a lot of pressure on your right knee. And so the scan picked this up. So now, obviously, when I'm doing sport, I'm conscious of the fact that now actually I can't do too much pressure on the right. So this scan is amazing. I mean, when you see Dr. Manjit, it literally takes 5 minutes. And also, you picked that I had pneumonia, so we're treating that. But the scan is amazing. When you do it and you see Dr. Manjit, the proof's in the pudding. I mean, I can sit here and tell you how good it is. But when you see her, you will see the difference that she can make in you. Yeah.
The nutri-energetic scan jada haiga Amit keh rahe ne, it's information jehdi thodi body de vich hidden hai. Bahut zyada heavy metals vi aa jande ne ede vich. And I was very touched with the lady who came to me who was had asbestos and also had ear issues, and we picked up on the scan that she has asbestos. She went back home and studied. She said, where the hell did I get asbestos? Where did she get asbestos? Was from her school in 70s, when in every lab there was an asbestos board on which all the chemistry tests were done. And now they're giving children slates.
Wow.
Okay, just tile slates to do the examinations and chemistry labs. She came back with information after saying, Dr. Manjit, I was shocked. You've picked up my ear. You've picked up my toe. She was scared to tell her husband कि सारा दिन मैं गुण गांधी रुंदे रहती है कि मेरा कान दुखता है, I can't hear, I'm getting deaf. And then she said, what the hell? Where did I get asbestos from? She explored this. Wow. And I saluted her today, say, thank you so much. You went and harbored like yourself. You went and found out where have I gone wrong. She went and found out कि मैंने asbestos metal and dangerous metal कित्थों मिला. It turned out from as a teacher that was the board she was using in the chemistry labs to do experiments. Wow. And asbestos, mercury, lead, tin, cadmium are the biggest ways forward. To move, it's like a Dyson Hoover sucking out the gandamand, then watch how things change.
Yes.
It's amazing.
That's right.
I get emotional sometimes saying, I didn't even realize. They didn't even tell me, and it's come up. And they'll say, are you sure this can't hear us? This scan can't hear. Are you sure, this is something that we had last week sat lagi te main ta dasya bhi nahi. You didn't tell me about your knee.
No, I didn't tell you that.
But it did say that he was stressed, so I told him to slow down.
Yeah, we just slowed down. But definitely, now what I want you to do is have a look at this book. It's called The Gift, 7 Laws of Success. It tells you basically how to become successful, to fuel the soul, It's available on Amazon, W. Smith and Waterstones, and you can go to www.amitkainth.co.uk and you can tell you there how to, tells you a bit about how to purchase the book.
I think everybody should read it. बहुत आपा गलत चीज़ां खरीदते हैं, have it in your home, have it by your table, and spread the word around of a young child who थानू दस रहा है किस तरह उन्होंने अपनी बीमारी चों निकले, having taken guidance, and I humbly thank him for listening to every little bit I had to say. For him, for that I salute him, because I think reap इन्होंने कीते rewards और खुशी मैनू हुई है. I'm sure your parents are very touched as well that you don't have any more hospital visits.
Thank
and
God.
So is Sukhwinder and so many people who cry so much and say to me that we don't have to go to the hospital. Wheelchairs attic vich rakh diyan, sotiyan chut gayiyan, and they are now on a healthier platform. But जुड़े रहो साडे प्रोग्राम नाल, बड़े वधिया वधिया अंदाज और वधिया थानू टेस्टिमोनियल्स लियांदे रांगे. एक चीज़ है जिंदगी विच डॉक्टर मनजीत नाल सच्चा थाने नाल सौदा होएगा मेरा ते थोड़ा. I never detract people, never give wrong dawai, never give contaminated stuff. You give somebody pure, then you know they're going to get the goodness. किसी ਨੂੰ खोटी दवाई दिने दोबारा बुलाओगे ओदा faith टुटेगा. विश्वास एक बड़ी वड्डी चीज़ आ. मैनू विश्वास उस अकाल पुरख दा, अमित ने विश्वास मेरे नाल कीता, पर मैं फिर भी विश्वास उस अकाल पुरख नू करदी हां संगतो. And I always thank him that he is my guidance, he is my tool. I am just a puppet with strings. और चलते रहांगे, जिंदगी दा सफर चलते रहांगे. ऐसे तरह नवे प्रोग्राम, नवे अंदाज कुक शो लेके आवांगे. पिनिया are available on www.drmanjeet.co.uk on the online as well. बहुत वधिया होर आएगे. जुड़े रहो, नवे अंदाज नवे प्रोग्राम फिर आवांगे आप जी वास्ते, और रोशनी लेके आवांगे थोड़ी जिंदगी विच with Amit and myself in new shows to come. Take care of yourself and each other. Amit, we'll probably say goodbye and Sat Sri Akal. Saariyan nu niga pyar sade vallon. Stay healthy, stay tuned with your soul. Thadi atma, thadi shanti, par thadi atma di khuraak हैगी है उस अकाल पुरख दी बाणी. Stay connected with Dr. Manjeet आने वाले शो दे विच. और मेरे अगली क्लिनिक जिहड़ी लग रही है नवंबर दे महीने च, ਉਹ हैगी 12, 13 ते 14 in Birmingham. और आइवर तो चलते रहते साढ़े क्लिनिक रन्स. देखते जाओगे प्रोग्राम और तुसी पछताओगे नहीं. गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल. रब रखा. वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह.